So today we are going to make a little bitty greenhouse for our lettuce plants so that we can grow, you know, lettuce even though it's cold outside. It's March 1st, but it's been really cold. So I've just dying to get my garden started, and I figured this is something we can do in the meantime. So all you need is a clear tub. It's very important that the bottom is clear. The top, it doesn't matter. This one just happens to be clear. We have 1 cubic foot of potting soil. It's just generic potting soil from Walmart. Works fine. I have 2 packets of seeds that I'm really excited about. These are just from Walmart too, but one's kale and the other is a salad bowl mix. I also have 2 little lettuce plants that I have started growing hydroponically just from the bases of them, but as you can see, they're getting really tall and not growing very many leaves. That's because they've been sitting on my kitchen window, but I have a sunroof around my kitchen, so they're really not getting that much light. Then I tried to move them to the dog room, which is more south-facing window. It's just not working. So I'm gonna put these 2 in here. I've got romaine lettuce, which is really rough looking, and I've got green leaf lettuce. And I think I'm just going to pinch off the tall parts just to get it refocused on growing leaves. And I'm gonna put these 2 packets of salad mix in it. So let's get started. So you want to put it on the top so that it is easy, and you can just flip this over. That way I have a way to pick it all up and move it around if I need to, because I have chickens and goats and such, and sometimes you need to move something. So take the potting soil, kind of flatten it out. First, you want to flip it on its back and take a screwdriver, poke some holes in it, nothing fancy, just enough to where the water can come out. And you want to flip it over. Next, we are going to cut 2 hole strips. You could cut 1 big hole, except for then the bag might collapse on itself. So we're going to cut 2 strips carefully. So this is what we have, just 2 little strips, and this strip holds the bag together. Next, you want to just kind of ruffle up the soil, make sure that it's not compact like the bag soils tend to be. Nothing scientific. I'm actually going to take some of this soil out so that when it gets watered, it's not going to like rinse my seeds out. Actually, I'm going to go water it. Just enough so it's wet. So now I'm going to these guys, I'm going to go ahead and pinch this off so that it's mostly leaves. guy already has a little root, or else it wouldn't be growing anything. So I'm gonna put him in the dirt, nice, just like that. And I'm gonna pitch this guy. I'm going to take off more from him because he's looking a little rough. Little slimy. That's okay. So he has a couple leaves left, but look at that root. He really tried really hard for that. So I'm going to put him over here in this corner. Like that. You can grow lettuce hydroponically if you have good sunlight. And I've got two things working against me. One, my window to my kitchen is covered by a sunroom, so they don't get enough sunlight. And two, it's March, so there's really not that much sunlight anyway. And this guy has been running since, I don't know, beginning of January maybe. And then this one's not as old, but you know, they didn't do that well. So hopefully they do better with actual soil. I suspect that they will. So I am then going to take the rest of these leaves. You want to just barely cover the leaves in dirt, as with all lettuces. So. I've never grown these, so I'm really excited. So I'm just going to kind of sprinkle these. I'm going to pick them really early, so I'm not really worried about them being too cluttered, too close together. And then you just kind of move the dirt over on top of them, and they should germinate pretty well. So that's the kale with romaine, and then the salad bowl mix. These seeds are a little bit bigger. Like I said, they're going to be picked really early as baby greens, just because that's how I like to eat my salad. So it doesn't really matter how close they are together, or shouldn't. If you wanted them to grow to their full potential, you would want to sow them about 2 inches apart. But they're pretty resilient. I'm going to put a little extra dirt sprinkled on top to make sure they're actually covered, but they don't need very much. Alright, so you've got your seeds in there, you've got water, and now you just cover the lid. So this just clips on. In theory. Get it all in there. And it's important to remember that you don't have any holes in this. So, or I don't have any holes in this. I guess you could put holes in it, but then you couldn't use this container for hardly anything else. So you have to water it. So I'm gonna put it on my back porch when I go out to feed the chickens every day, outside my sunroom obviously, so that it'll get the most amount of sunlight, but that it'll also get watered, because I have an issue with that. So that's all there is to it. We'll show you how it goes in a few weeks, I guess. Alright, bye guys.